There we go. Going to take out this section of wall right here. This is a full piece of drywall. This is a full piece right here and a partial piece at the bottom. Taking a razor knife, just like this here, cut down through the seams. That'll make it a little bit easier when I pull it apart. The vertical lines you see going up and down are just lines that I marked on there, and I'll take my saw, I'll cut down through those lines, and that way that's a manageable piece for me to pull off the wall, take it outside, pull off the wall, take it outside. When you work by yourself, it's very important that you figure it out, make it a lot easier on yourself rather than try to take one full piece off and try to get it out. If you had a helper, that would be doable. Not today. So this is getting ready to come out. Show you how. Now, when you're working on a project like this where you're going to be cutting out drywall, be sure and have safety glasses on and have yourself a mask. Very important. Those drywall particles, you don't want those down in your lungs. You don't want them up in your nose and your sinuses. They can create a real problem. So just take care of yourself. Make sure you got protection and go for it. Now, when I remove these sections of drywall right here, what I'm going to use is just a standard manual labor saw like this right here. You know, you can use a sawzall, you could use an electric saw. It'd make it a little bit faster, but it's always going to throw a lot more dust. And drywall dust will get just absolutely everywhere. I find something like this is more manageable. It's not a problem, and it kind of gives a little workout on the arms. Give it a try. Now, on the opposite side of the wall, you can see I've already removed the insulation that was there, and I've removed the drywall. And I took it off in parts, just like this right here. Makes it a lot easier now for me to handle and get out to the dumpster. So that's what I'm getting ready to do on the other side. Gonna cut this drywall out. Once I get it done, then I'll remove the studs. This is a non-load bearing wall. Very important. Non-load-bearing wall. If this was a load-bearing wall, you tackle it a little different way. Now, where I have a seam like this, and I'm keeping this section of the wall, taking this one out, I'll take a razor knife down through here and cut that paper. That way, when I pull this piece off, it doesn't rip the paper this way. Okay, once you got that section cut out right there, you should be able to reach up here. There we go. All right, you can see the other room. It works pretty good. Once again, this is a non-load-bearing wall. Very important. If you're not sure if your wall is load-bearing or not, have an engineer check it out. Have a construction person check it out. Make sure it's a non-load-bearing wall. Get a good idea there that when you work by yourself, it's very important that you think about all the steps before you start to do it. I was able to cut this wall out. I'll mark it off in quadrants. This is a pretty manageable piece right here, and I'll continue to do that on every section all the way down until it's all complete. Work smart. Really. Okay, we come in this section right there. There we go. You can actually start to see through the wall, which is very, very good. Okay. Now it's just a matter of duplicating that process all the way through each piece. Project going good. Hello. Now obviously you want to make sure there's no wires behind the wall. It's always nice to go ahead and take the insulation out. That's pretty nice because it makes cutting a lot easier, but just make sure everything's clear before you run your saw through. And in order to start a saw like this, you know, you can drill yourself a hole, you can do something like that. I always just take the point, lay it like right there on the line, kind of go in at an angle like that right there, and you are ready to go. Remember, surgically, let me even take his mask off to say this, surgically remove stuff. Don't sledgehammer, don't slam, don't bust, don't jump through. Surgically remove. You'll be a lot better off as the project goes on. Oh, didn't realize I had a seam right there. Little persuasion. In order to remove these studs right here, you just take a tool like this right here. I've heard it called a nail puller, a cat's paw. There's several different names for a tool like this. But I'll just take this straight edge right here. The one is curved and one is straight. But I put it down there on the nail just like this right here. Hammer it down. What you want to do is just get the nail a little bit more exposed than what it is. Let's go with the other one. Just like that. Now you turn it around and use the curved edge. Hook it down on there, tap it a little bit. Pull it up. Nail comes right out. Just like that right there. Gotta hook it on there. Get a good bite. Just like that right there. Nail comes right on out. Alright. That's how we do that. Getting ready to take 2x4s out of the wall. Okay, now that I've got the nails out of the bottom, it's time to just go ahead and kick them loose. And that time you can just go ahead and pry them. Just like that at the top. There we go. They come right on out. Now remember, this is a non-load bearing wall. You wouldn't want to be doing this if this was a load bearing wall. But this is what they call a petition wall. It's got no weight on it. I'm able to do this. Keep that in mind. All right, let's get a couple more out. Come here. Come here. Whoa, yeah, Jazz likes that. Okay, so there you go. That's how you remove a partition wall in case you want to take two small bedrooms and make it into one large room, just like this. For a crafts room, for a sewing room, also can have a bed set up in there for a spare bedroom. It's really nice. Someday, could actually add a little half bath in here. All right, looks good. Glad you came along. Hope that helps out. Hey, be careful. If you don't know what you're doing, or you're scared of the tools, or don't know how to work saws, make sure you hire this work out because it can be dangerous at times. Yeah, looks good. All right. Hey, thank you for coming by. That's LAF Space Film Fest, capital LAF Space Film Fest. If you would, hammer down that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Helps me to get out my camera and film little projects like this I got going on, where I've taken 2 little bedrooms and made them into a nice, grand, whatever you want it to be. Master bedroom, sewing room, crafts room, you name it. Got it going on right here. All right. I'll be talking to you on the next video. Be safe, be warm.